How do you deal with disrespect? Disrespect is a common challenge that everyone faces at some point in life. It can be both upsetting and frustrating. But what if we could learn from the ancient philosophy of Stoicism? Stoicism teaches us how to handle difficult situations with wisdom and grace. In this video, we will explore 10 practical Stoic principles that can help us cope with disrespect more effectively. Stay with me until the end of the video. Let's begin. Rule 1. Keep your calm. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is that we are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by how we think about what happens to us. As Epictetus said, people are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them. This means that disrespect is not inherently harmful or offensive. It is our interpretation and judgment of it that make us feel hurt or angry. When someone disrespects you, remember that their behavior is a result of their own thoughts, feelings, and opinions. It is not a reflection of your true value or worth. By understanding this, you can maintain your composure and not let their disrespect affect your emotional state. Furthermore, by keeping your calm, you're practicing self-control and emotional resilience, key aspects of Stoic philosophy. This calmness allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, preserving your peace of mind and demonstrating strength of character. So, the next time you face disrespect, remind yourself that you have the power to choose your response and choose to stay calm and centered. Rule 2. Learn to pause. Seneca once said, "Whenever you are angry, be assured that it is not only a present evil, but that you have increased a habit." Stoics believe in the importance of self-control and rationality. They argue that impulsive reactions driven by intense emotions like anger or frustration often lead to poor decisions and unnecessary suffering. When faced with disrespect, the Stoic approach encourages you to avoid reacting impulsively. Instead, take a moment to pause and collect your thoughts. This pause allows you to regain control over your emotions and gives you the opportunity to respond in a more measured and thoughtful manner. By resisting the impulse to react immediately, you can better align your response with Stoic principles of wisdom and self-control. Pausing is a key Stoic strategy to maintain composure and make rational decisions when confronted with disrespect. This approach often leads to more constructive and less emotionally charged interactions, turning potentially negative encounters into opportunities for positive outcomes and personal growth. Ultimately, learning to pause helps you build the habit of responding thoughtfully, which enhances your emotional resilience and strengthens your character. Rule 3. Reflect on yourself. Another important aspect of Stoicism is the practice of self-reflection and self-examination. The Stoics believed that the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives, and that we should always strive to improve ourselves and our actions. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When you face disrespect, it is essential to reflect on yourself and ask questions like, is there any truth in what the person said or did? Did I do or say anything that provoked this situation? How can I respond in a way that is consistent with my values and virtues? By reflecting on yourself and the situation objectively, you can gain a better understanding of the event and your own role in it. Self-reflection is a Stoic way of ensuring that your responses are based on rational judgment, rather than impulsive reactions. It helps you learn from the situation, promoting personal growth and wisdom. This practice of self-examination not only helps you handle disrespect more effectively, but also contributes to your overall development as a person. By continuously improving your thoughts and actions, you can live a more fulfilling and meaningful life, grounded in the principles of Stoicism. Rule 4. Have empathy. Epictetus and other influential Stoic philosophers emphasize, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." Stoics believe in the interconnectedness of humanity and that understanding the motivations and emotions of others can lead to better interactions and personal growth. When someone shows disrespect, Stoicism suggests practicing empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and understand their perspective. Empathy can help you see the situation from a different angle and realize that the person's disrespect may not be personal or intentional. It may be caused by their own insecurities, fears, or ignorance. Empathy can also help you feel compassion for the person and reduce your negative feelings towards them. By empathizing with the person who disrespected you, you can avoid taking their words or actions personally and respond in a more respectful and dignified manner. Empathy helps you to understand the person's perspective, feelings, and motivations. Instead of getting angry or defensive, you can respond with kindness and respect. This way, you can avoid escalating the conflict and maintain your dignity. Empathy reflects the Stoic principles of wisdom, compassion, and self-improvement. It enables you to learn from challenging situations and grow as a person. By practicing empathy, you can cope with disrespect in a more positive and constructive way. Before I proceed, count yourself as exceptional for making it this far into the video. Now that you have shown how strong you are, let's make it to the end of the video. Rule 5. Concentrate on virtue. One of the main ideas of Stoicism is to develop virtues such as wisdom and courage. These are the qualities that help us live well and act rightly. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, wrote that virtue is nothing else than right reason. This means that being virtuous is the same as being rational and consistent with the natural order of things. Stoics believe that virtue is the highest good in life and that everything else is indifferent. When we face disrespect from others, Stoicism teaches us to focus on virtue in our response. This does not mean that we should ignore or tolerate the disrespect, but rather that we should respond in a way that reflects our Stoic values and principles. By concentrating on virtue, we can avoid being influenced by our emotions, maintain our dignity and integrity, and grow as a person. Stoicism challenges us to be the best version of ourselves, even in difficult situations. It encourages us to act with wisdom, courage, and rationality, ensuring that our actions align with our core values. In practicing this principle, we not only handle disrespect more effectively, but also reinforce our commitment to personal growth and self-improvement. By making virtue the center of our response, we demonstrate strength of character and contribute to a life of greater purpose and fulfillment. Rule 6. Embrace acceptance. One of the key lessons of Stoicism is to accept the things that are not in our control, such as the disrespect of others. Epictetus wisely observed, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This means that we should be grateful for what we have and not dwell on what we lack. Stoicism also teaches us to distinguish between what is in our control and what is not, known as the Stoic Dichotomy of control. We can only control our own thoughts, feelings, and actions, but not external events or the behavior of others. Therefore, when we face disrespect, we should strive to maintain our inner peace and accept it as a part of life. By embracing acceptance, we can avoid unnecessary anger, frustration, and resentment. This mindset allows us to focus on what we can control, our responses and our personal growth. Accepting disrespect with stoicism helps us to deal with such situations in a rational and calm manner, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for self-improvement. Moreover, acceptance enables us to learn from the experience and grow as individuals. It fosters resilience and emotional stability, ensuring that we remain centered and composed even when confronted with adversity. By practicing acceptance, we reinforce our commitment to living a life guided by Stoic principles, ultimately leading to greater personal harmony and growth. Rule 7. Use humor. Sometimes a little laughter goes a long way. As the ancient philosopher Seneca said, "You have mastered yourself when you know how to deal with what you should not take seriously." Stoicism teaches us to control our emotions and act rationally, but it also recognizes the value of humor in coping with challenging situations. Humor can be a powerful tool for maintaining emotional balance and preventing ourselves from becoming overly angry or annoyed when faced with disrespect. Instead of letting your emotions dictate your response, consider using a witty remark or a playful joke to diffuse the situation. This approach not only lightens the mood, but also helps you respond in a way that is both composed and engaging. Of course, humor should be used thoughtfully and not excessively. It's important to ensure that it does not come across as dismissive or hurtful, but rather as a way to manage the situation with grace. When applied appropriately, humor can be a useful Stoic technique to handle disrespect, creating a more positive and peaceful outcome for all parties involved. By integrating humor into your responses, you not only handle disrespect more effectively, but also enhance your own emotional resilience and create a more harmonious environment. This Stoic approach allows you to navigate challenging interactions with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Rule 8. Set clear boundaries. Stoicism is not about being a doormat, it's about being a rock, firm and steadfast in the face of disrespect and injustice. A rock that knows its worth, demands respect, and controls what it can while letting go of what it cannot. When someone disrespects you, you don't have to endure it passively, nor do you need to respond with anger. Instead, you can be calm and assertive, communicate clearly what behavior is unacceptable, and express how you expect to be treated. Setting clear and reasonable boundaries is essential for protecting your dignity and self-respect. Stoicism teaches us to be strong, just, and courageous. It encourages us to maintain our inner control and outer dignity in any situation. By establishing boundaries, you reinforce your self-worth and respect while navigating interactions with integrity. This Stoic principle helps you stand firm in your values, ensuring that you are treated with the respect you deserve without compromising your own principles. In essence, setting clear boundaries aligns with the Stoic virtues of self-respect and rationality, allowing you to manage disrespect in a way that is both assertive and respectful. Rule 9. Choose forgiveness. Imagine someone disrespects you. How do you react? Do you lash out in anger, or do you let it go? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers valuable wisdom on this matter. Stoics believe that forgiveness is not a favor to the other person, but a gift to yourself. Forgiveness is the key to inner peace and happiness, but it is not always easy. It does not mean forgetting or approving of what happened. Rather, it means choosing to release the negative emotions that hurt you more than anyone else. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the chains of anger and resentment. Stoics advocate for forgiveness, but not indiscriminately. We should forgive wisely, with compassion and justice. This approach aligns with Stoic principles by focusing on what we can control, our responses and our inner state, while letting go of what we cannot control, other people's actions. We can't control how others behave, but we can control how we respond. Choosing to forgive allows us to free ourselves from the burden of negative emotions and move on with a sense of inner peace and tranquility. Forgiveness, in Stoic terms, is not a weakness but a strength. It is not a surrender but a victory. It is not a sacrifice but a reward. It is the ultimate act of self-care and personal growth. By embracing forgiveness, we align ourselves with Stoic virtues and pave the way for greater emotional resilience and personal development. Rule 10. Change your perspective. Perspective is the ability to see things from a broader and more objective point of view. It helps you avoid overreacting or taking things personally when someone disrespects you. Instead, it allows you to realize that disrespect is not a significant issue in the grand scheme of things. As the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." By changing your perspective, you can see that most instances of disrespect are minor and temporary. They do not affect your true worth or happiness. Often, disrespect is a reflection of the other person's ignorance, insecurity, or weakness, not a measure of your own value. With this understanding, you can choose to ignore, forgive, or learn from the situation rather than letting it disturb you. Perspective also helps you focus on what truly matters in life, your goals, values, and virtues. Instead of wasting your energy and time on resentment or revenge, you can channel them into pursuits that are good and meaningful for you. This shift in focus allows you to live a more fulfilling and peaceful life. So, the next time you face disrespect, remember to apply perspective. It will help you maintain your composure and act wisely. Always remember that Stoicism is not about suppressing your emotions, but managing them effectively. By applying these 10 Stoic principles, you can remain calm and resilient in the face of disrespect and rude behavior. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up to help us reach more people seeking ancient wisdom. If you're new here, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more lessons on Stoic philosophy. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in our next video. To explore more Stoic wisdom, select one of the videos appearing on your screen now. Stay Stoic.